Welcome back to the second half of our city, where I'm joined by Phyllis Reich. She is the member of Groundwork Elizabeth Board Project Coordinator, and she's also an employee here at the City of Elizabeth. How are you, Phyllis?
Very good, thank you.
And next to Phyllis is Jon Phillips, who's the Executive Director of Groundworks Elizabeth and Come Grow With Us Gardening Program Administrator. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Alonzo.
The gentleman prior to said some great things about Groundwork Elizabeth. Kudos to you both.
Thank you.
We're definitely proud to be associated with kids like that, and there's plenty more in this city.
That's right.
Now, you guys have a project that you're working on, the Trailway, is it? Am I saying it right? What's the actual name of it?
The Elizabeth River Trail.
And the Elizabeth River Trail entails what?
Our first phase, it's going to be done in phases, and it's been a dream that's been going on for a long time, and it's happening now. Construction has started. The first phase is from South Broad Street, right by the firehouse, along the back of the parsonage house, all the way to Bridge Street. It's about a quarter mile in length, the first phase. We thought it was a great location because you have everything's right nearby. You have the county, the city, you have the library, the students from the school, so everybody can enjoy it. Everybody's open to it. The hospital, take a walk, take a stroll during lunch. Hope to see you there at lunchtime.
Now, based on what you just said, it's been easy going. Has there been any challenges whatsoever?
It's always a challenge. We were fortunate that we have a lot of different funders involved in the project. There's a lot of different people. Years back, we had a steering committee formed. We had a lot of stakeholders, members of the community come. So everybody put their vision together. You know, because we had so many funders, you know, everybody always has different criteria of what's required. So it was just a challenge getting everything organized, but it was a great teamwork together, an effort between everybody, and Mayor Bowledge was very supportive, the county's very supportive, along with all our agencies.
Right. Now, the 2 men just left here, they just came back from Denver.
Right.
I don't think you've been to Denver, but what great things have you done with Groundworks Elizabeth?
I was with them.
Are you?
I was, yeah. It was really a great trip.
Okay.
It
was actually a Groundwork USA annual summit for our groundwork administrators. We talk about groundwork business and share successes from our different 20 groundwork cities. And then it was attached to a groundwork green team youth summit. And that kind of allows me to segue into what we're doing here in Elizabeth with the green team. We actually have a beautiful nature center that's built at the Peterstown Community Center. And the green team actually designed it and built it, and they're working there. And that's attached to a bigger program called Youth Going into National Parks. So as Tommy was talking about Sandy Hook, there's also another national park that we go to in New Jersey called Washington National Park, where George Washington spent the winter in the 1780s, I think, early 1780s. So we're actually getting youth into those areas also.
Now, Phyllis, you touched on it slightly, but what's going to be the design and what will this trail look like?
Well, for our first phase, the whole trail is actually fashioned after Frederick Law Olmsted, he was a designer of our beautiful Renenko Park that we have, Central Park in New York, Niagara Falls that everybody's familiar with. So our first phase is going to be the trail. It's going to have benches along the way, and each phase that we develop, depending upon the area that it's in, will have different features. Like the second phase that we're already planning is going to have a fitness trail hopefully along the way. It's all depending upon our funding, so those funders have to pull through for us. When we talked about getting further down by Matano Park, we want to have a little boat launch and have kayaks and canoes going out and everything. So, and also we want to branch out on the other side going into our redevelopment area in Midtown. Okay,
it sounds good. Now, Jonathan, can you bring our audience up to date? I mean, can you give us a little history on this trail, its beginnings, and how Groundwork played a role in its development?
When I came in here, I was thinking that the thoughts behind the trail were about 100 years old, but I thought really long and hard, and I realized they're probably hundreds of years old because Native Americans actually walked footpaths along the Elizabeth River, which was much different. Actually, the Elizabeth River, as you might remember, used to flood with regularity. Oh, yeah. So the Army Corps of Engineers came in and built a footpath as sort of an afterthought to a flood control project. In the years that Groundwork was formed, 2002, 2003, the National Park Service came in here and saw greater potential for that trail. They said, let's have a more permanent trail. That was the National Park Service Rivers and Trails Assistance Program. And since 2002, we put it in front of our board to try to work on this. In about 2006, we really got a committee together that Phyllis was telling you about, and we've met challenges incremental challenges along the way. We're very, very proud that on Wednesday we're going to have a groundbreaking ceremony right at St. John's Parsonage at 11 o'clock in the morning.
October
we invite
26th.
the public to come.
Now, Phyllis, are there still going to be signs up about historical and cultural things? And
Part of the design, part of the funding that we got was through a Heart grant, actually. We're going to have artwork. The first phase is going to have it along the trail, and depending upon how we go on the second phase, it may be on kiosks and everything. It could be informative kiosks, but yes, definitely artwork.
so you have a physical fitness component and also an educational component there.
Oh yes.
And this is going to stretch from Pearl Street?
It's hopefully down to the Arthur Kill on one end and through Midtown beyond on the other end.
So that's going to be a healthy, educational 2-mile or whatever walk there.
You know, and if this all works out, as we're going north, we're going to connect into the Greenway system, which is actually a national trail going from Maine all the way down into Florida.
It's called the East Coast Greenway.
Now, who are the partners for this trail?
We've got a lot of thank yous. First of all, Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders gave us a seed grant to start things going, really helped us. We were written into, believe it or not, the National Transportation Grant, actually the Transportation Act of 2006, Federal Act, New Jersey DEP, and New Jersey DOT, and we've got a lot of people along the way that have made things a lot easier for us, and people have worked very hard on it, including Phyllis from the city, very hard.
Well,
thank you, Phyllis, for doing that.
Thank you.
But the mayor's been behind this from the beginning.
Right. Tremendous.
The Department of Public Works has actually taken upon the contracting of it and actually the construction of it for us.
Yeah, our funders have been so supportive, and they're just as eager for us to start and move along,
Right.
and we just hope that every time we're applying for another phase, they're right there behind us.
And to answer your question, how did groundwork get involved in there? What's our role? We're kind of the initiator, we're the instigator, we're the thorn in people's sides in a way, because you have to be sometimes to get things done. So we've kept things moving along and every step of the way, and we're not going to take no for an answer.
Right. Sounds like an outstanding project. Phyllis, who's going to maintain this trail?
The city's going to maintain the first phase, and I guess we'll work it out as we go into different phases of it.
Jonathan, you're also involved with the Tour de Elizabeth. I kind of envision you brainstorming somehow or another to link this into the tour. Am I right?
Yeah, groundwork is definitely about healthy living and outdoor activity like the National Park Service, but this river trail gives people an opportunity to walk in their city, walk from Broad Street all the way down eventually to the Arthur Kill. And of course, in line with that, cycling is also a great experience to have on the trail. So as you know, every May we have the Tour de Elizabeth. It's about a 15-mile ride, and yes, we're going to try to go on this new part of the path this year.
Excellent.
You're going to sign up? Ride?
Well, I rode a few years ago, and my savior here, he could probably tell you the story better than I could, took off, and 2 blocks later my pedal just collapsed on a brand new bike. But I went to the pit stop there, and in a matter of 2 minutes they had me out and I was gone. So if I don't volunteer, I'll be more than happy to ride again. So just let me know. And if the trail is ready, I can't wait to go down it.
Great.
So if someone comes from out of town and they're a visitor, they can learn about the history of Elizabeth?
On some of the kiosks, we're going to do some historical kiosks. It'll be in combination with a project, a wayfinding project that's already in the city. So we're going to try and keep it, you know, matching all along and be very informative.
Now, who came up with this idea, this outstanding thought, and how did this idea come about?
Of which?
The trail itself.
I think the trail's been an idea long before me.
Actually, officially, Union County hired the Olmsted firm, the people that designed Matano Park and Central Park, New York, in the 1920s to have an overall design vision scheme for Union County. And he did propose, or the members of his family did propose, that this trail be built into the system. And it's now going to happen.
So to get additional information about groundworks and some of the projects that you've done and what's coming up in the future?
We've got a wonderful website at groundworkelizabeth.com. They can call us at our number 289-0262, that's the 908 number, and they can just look for us. We're all over the place. Look for the kids in the green shirts, the green team.
Now, are you Facebooking also? Or
We're Facebooking. Groundwork Elizabeth is a Facebook, and also Tour de Elizabeth is a Facebook. There's a Tour de Elizabeth 2011, and now there's the new Tour de Elizabeth without the 2011. We want to make that one our permanent one, so please look for that, public.
Roughly, Phyllis, how many people come out to Tour de Elizabeth?
Oh, we're about 500 people, and each year growing.
And we're talking about people from all over the country.
All from North Jersey, South Jersey. We've gotten some from New York, Connecticut as far. So So it's a great day. It's a great event. It's a good time.
Okay. Anything you want to add about the trail before we sign off here?
I expect to see everybody out there walking, and come on by. Our groundbreaking, like Jonathan said, is October 26th at 11 o'clock at the Parsonage House.
Okay. And the Parsonage House is located exactly where, on Pearl Street?
Right across from Trinitas Hospital on Pearl Street, yes.
Okay. And to get additional information, you can go on Groundwork Elizabeth website?
Yes, you can. I don't think it's yet on the city website, but it will be shortly.
Okay. And I look forward to seeing both of you in May at the Tour de Elizabeth.
Yes.
Now, you don't ride, you just volunteer.
No, right, I volunteer.
You have to take, now, we're doing a different route this year or no?
You'll have to see.
You'll have to sign up and come, that's right.
Ah, there's a catch to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you both. And the date again for the groundbreaking for the trail?
Wednesday, October 26th at 11 a.m.
Okay. Thank you. We wish you much success, and I'll see you at the breaking for the trail and also at the Tour de Elizabeth.
Thank you, Alonzo.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in this segment of Our City. Have a great and wonderful week. Thank you.